We are 1 month into the USL2 season, and we are already second in the division. Welcome to Into the Inferno. We have a lot to cover today. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Into the Inferno Season 1, Episode 5, I believe. It has been a minute. We are 1 month into the USL2 season, and we have a lot to discuss today. We've got our 2 road trips out of the way for the Inferno, and we came out of those looking pretty decent, boys. What do you think?
Not as good as we would have liked to be looking coming out of our 2 road trips, but all things considered, I'm not going to complain about it.
You know, we got some wins. We got one that, we just going to let it go. But we're trucking along. We're in the season, boys. How's it feel?
It feels good. I'm Sky. I'm joined here with Patrick and Juan. We're the Inferno boys. We're some of the Inferno boys. But we're here to talk about what's been going on over the past few weeks. Obviously, we haven't really had a chance to come and talk to everybody about what's been going on with Dothan United. But we're here now. And that's all that matters, is that we're here and we're together.
I can tell you what's been going on, Sky. We've been winning.
See,
we've been doing a lot of winning. Honestly, we have only had 1 loss on the season. And if you told me that coming into the season, I would have been thrilled.
And I mean, to be fair, we really lost to a monsoon.
Literally.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, first match in Montgomery, we were there. A good probably, 50 of us from Dothan? It was maybe more.
There was about 100 people from Dothan total, because from the Inferno, we had a good group. And then we had other people who just traveled up as well.
Yeah. We filled at least half the stands. And then, there are people, probably had, a couple fans, literally a couple.
Somebody had to bring some atmosphere to that place.
And, the storm came. And when I say the storm, I don't mean
the Montgomery United storm.
No, yeah, we're talking about an actual storm that happened. But we stuck it out, boys. We were in the rain for 2 hours, literally. Yeah. The field conditions were not the best. There was a lot of sitting water on the field. The boys did the best they could and honestly controlled the whole game. And if it wasn't for one little mistake that just ended up costing us, and again, it was one of those things like in better conditions, well, look what happened the next week.
Exactly.
Well, before we get on to us beating Montgomery's tail, let's go back to the away trip where we traveled up to Montgomery. And for all of our audio listeners, which that's everybody because we don't have video
yet.
Coming soon.
But just close your eyes and I want you to imagine this, right? It is pouring down rain. You are at a tiny rec soccer field and it is freezing cold.
It was
and
cold.
The wind
Very
is
cold.
blowing like crazy.
Very cold.
Now I want you to think, if that were anybody, you would not have a ton of fans show up. But you also don't have Dothan United playing on your field.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, of course, you're going to have a good group of Dothan United fans come up there. And let me tell you, that was one of the most miserable experiences that I've had in a long time, just because of the weather.
It was just, it would pour, and then it would stop for a little while, and you would start to dry out, and then the bottom would fall out again, and you get soaked again, and then start freezing again, and then it would clear it, and it just kept repeating. Oh my gosh!
It was a long walk back to the parking lot that night.
It was
with very wet
shoes,
very wet.
Yeah, we traveled up to Montgomery to watch Dothan United play Montgomery United for the first match of the 231 Derby. And we all met up at a burger joint, and some of us burger joint, some of us pizza place.
Little mix
of there. We gave the Montgomery economy a little boost.
We did.
But we met up and we hung out, and then we went to the match and we cheered on our boys in red and black, the real boys in red and black. And let me tell you, we brought the atmosphere to that match. Like, there's no way to sugarcoat it.
We did. We brought it. I mean, we had the drums. How many drums we had there? It was two or three drums? I don't remember.
It was 3 drums.
But, man, that was fun. Cheering on our boys,
Yeah.
you know, even though it was raining, obviously, during the match. You're not thinking too much of the rain, like when you're just trying to, you know, watch the guys score. But it was, for the first match, to get to go to support the boys away, like that was cool, man. That was awesome.
That was a good tone setter. But, you know, I just wish, like, the outcome on the field could have been a little bit better for him.
For sure.
Because, I mean, you could see it. It was hard to pass that ball because it was so, like, drenched.
And the wind was blowing so hard, you couldn't really send it in the air either, so you had to try to keep it on the ground.
Correct.
And then you're hitting the puddles, and it was just a mess.
I think the biggest takeaway for me was at the end, obviously, we're disappointed in the result. At the end, you know, if you remember, we're coming down the bleachers, and then the guys are just like, hey, we got this. Like, we're going to get the next one. Sorry. Almost like they were apologizing. Like, it was kind of crazy. And they were just, like, assuring us, like, hey, we got the next one.
Well, actually, Hoyos did apologize.
He did.
When I walked by him.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, look at the results since. It was a wake-up call for that team.
Sure was.
And also, real quick, I just want to call out the people who designed that field, because the way they designed that field was the most foolish way I think you could possibly do it. They have the people, like the fans, exiting the stadium go out the same exit as the players. And so, like, we had some, like, players who were, like, not happy with us. Mm-hmm. We weren't happy with them. And then we're having to walk out, like, arm in arm out of the stadium. Yeah. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I ended up walking out about 2 feet away from a certain goalkeeper.
Yeah,
was,
old Bill.
You know, I didn't bother him, though. I let him go because it was a very tense situation.
Yeah.
You know, hey, what do you expect at the Y?
Yeah. I can confirm it was not fun to play at the YMCA.
No, it was not. It was not.
Though we are looking for a better result next year if Montgomery is still around.
Yeah.
But you know what was a lot more fun? Coming back down to Dothan. Ooh.
Man.
That was fun.
Game, that was a fun match, man. That was, I mean, it just felt right. Like, you know, and also coming off of another 2-hour lightning and rain delay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it felt like we were never going to play. And then we're finally like, hey, we're playing. And you know the biggest thing, I mean, we probably had a few thousand fans at the beginning before the delay. After the delay, obviously we lost a few. But we still had like 1,000, even after the 2-hour rain. And this is just people sitting under the bleachers, just waiting. And we still had a great crowd. And so you just felt that something special, like they're gonna get it. Also, you know, shout out to the grounds crew. That field was looking right, drained properly.
Yep.
Like no water sitting. Like that's a true, you know, field experience.
Yeah, back up at Montgomery, one of the riders for Montgomery, he told me that he was about 2 to 3 inches away from completely flooding.
That's wild.
And then you come down to Dothan and like it's just pristine.
They not like us.
I really think they have Mother Nature on payroll or something.
They do.
You know what I loved most about the goals that match? Like, they weren't gimme goals. Like, our team marched down there, made passes, made another pass, a header, and then another header. Like, if y'all remember that first goal from Will, like, man, like, just boom, headed it right in, you know, coming off of a was it a set piece on that first one? I think it was. Yeah. And anyway, I mean, huge. Like, it was just so fun to see that.
I really liked that second goal, being able to see Devontae get it to Maddie and him getting that beautiful goal in. God. And like, we just started pouring it on them like early.
Yeah, we did.
I'm not going to lie, I was kind of upset that we gave up one goal, but that's just because I wanted to keep our foot on their throat.
Well, we did get a red card.
Yeah.
And it came off of the set piece right after we made a switch. So, you know, those is just kind of like not much you can do about that. But the boys held strong after that, you know, being down a man. That was, I mean, they were a man up after that. And so, if you don't know what happened, Yago made a little mistake coming out of the box a little bit. He was already on a yellow, ended up getting a red. So he got sent off the match. So then they brought in Jay, who did a great job after that. But that one set piece got us. But other than that, man,
that was a very well placed ball.
It was.
Well, I'll give Montgomery that credit. He hit
top right corner,
top bins.
Yeah.
Not many keepers are gonna get to that. Jay almost did full stretch, but it was just perfect placement. So
it was.
Yeah, and then we had that one goal from Ezra to Devontae, and that was beauty
Beautiful.
too.
That dude. I mean, Devontae just right there and just flicks it in with the foot, man, like that.
Yeah, no wonder he got called up.
Yeah.
That's
he got
our
called
next
up.
topic.
Wait, we have an international player on the squad?
We do.
what?
Devontae Richards, the first player in Dothan United history to get called up to the Barbados national team. To get called up to any national team is insane.
So awesome.
But Devontae got called up, and it's well deserved. I believe he's on his way now.
Yeah. He got on. I think he got on a plane yesterday. Yeah, we're so excited for him, and he's one of those guys, like, obviously, you chit chat a little bit, before and after the games, and you can tell he's just a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's been playing well for us. I'm excited for him. And it's cool to, have this caliber players on our team. Like,
Definitely wish him all the good fortune in the world at those qualifiers down there.
absolutely.
He's going to make us proud.
Absolutely.
After that, we took a little trip up 431 to Columbus, and we had the first leg of the Peanuts and Cola Derby, and that was a lot of fun.
I missed it.
Yeah,
It was a good time. It was the exact opposite of our other away day experience.
Yeah, we actually had a supporters group we were able to link up with, the Columbus United Cavalry.
I hear it's nice people up there.
Great people up there. Again, want to shout out the Columbus Cavalry and shout out the front office for Columbus, because they really did a lot to make us feel at home, and they were even gracious after we beat them 1-0. They were very nice. They were very gracious hosts, and look forward to hopefully having many more years of rivalries with them. And in case you haven't seen it on our social media, we did win the Peanuts and Cola Derby round 1, and we brought the shield home.
We got the shield,
Heck
baby.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a giant shield that we're writing all of the scores on the back of, and we're going to be holding on to it for posterity's sake. But right now, the shield's where it belongs, here in Dothan.
It's
gonna
ours.
Stay here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, Victor.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I don't think it's going anywhere.
Speaking of scoring a goal, so how was that? One of my favorite thing, I was watching a stream and seeing the team come over to celebrate with y'all. Like, what was that like?
I didn't get to get down there because those steps were a little steep in those bleachers. But I did get to see them celebrate with other people.
Did y'all see Brody? Brody's one of our drummers. Shout out Brody.
Yeah.
I saw him literally go down from the drum to dab up, 2 guys and then went back up. You can see that on the stream.
Hey, Brody brought the vibes for the entire stadium. That was an interesting experience. This is the first time we've had a supporters group who was, hitting drums back at us. It was like a duel between the SGs.
That's awesome.
And, Victor was over there beating on drums. He was yelling through his megaphone, and then we would beat on our drums, yell back. Anytime he would try and do a chant, we would hit our vuvuzelas and try and drown him out. It was a great experience, and it was a very intense match. It was very physical. And whenever we got that one goal from Jaden in there, off the assist from Stefano.
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 Have we talked about Stefano?
That was his
I don't
debut.
think so. Stefano, man. I mean, what a difference he's already made. If you don't know who Stefano is, he was one of our late last season ads. Him and another player who we'll get to. But Stefano Campisi played for Gonzaga this past fall, had a great fall with them. He is from Milan, Italy. How cool is that? Yeah. It's super cool. Anyway, he looked great on that set piece, man. He's got a foot.
He has looked great everywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're excited to have him.
But I will say, going back to that celebration real quick, one thing I did love to see, and we've mentioned him on the pod before, David Peacock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He got down there and celebrated with the boys, and we love to see that. He is such a huge supporter.
Shout out to David.
Of the club,
the best.
of us, And while we're on the topic, y'all won't hear this until it's too late, but we'll be at the Go Kickball match out there tomorrow night when the Go Kickball guys take on the Dothan United players.
Yeah, we'll be out there. We'll be having a good time, hanging out with everybody.
We'll have already completed it. So, man, that was awesome, wasn't it?
That was a great experience.
Gosh.
Can you believe that kick?
Dothan United just pulled through.
Yeah.
Beating them 11-10.
Can you believe that one out that Devontae made?
Yeah.
He actually flew back to make that out, and then he flew back out again.
When that guy did the thing, and then they did that other thing.
Yeah.
Man, that
crazy,
was cool.
Crazy. Shout out go Kickball.
Shout out Go Kickball. But we're gonna be out there, and it's gonna be fun. But finishing up the Columbus thing, we had a great time out there. It was kind of crazy because we were out at AJ McClung, which if you haven't been to Columbus, they have their arena and their stadium and their the Columbus Clingstone Stadium and their ball fields all in one area.
All in a row.
All in one area with the same parking lot.
And that evening there was the Clingstones versus the Biscuits.
Versus the Biscuits.
Graduation at the Civic Center.
A softball tournament.
A softball tournament at the fields next door, and the soccer match. So it was a busy little area.
Yeah.
Good for Columbus.
Yeah, but Columbus pulled it out during the tailgate too. I mean, they provided us with drinks, their own signature cocktails.
Which were so delicious.
They were really good. I don't know. I heard that pickle one was kind of nasty.
I stuck to the what's the name of it?
There was that one that was like
their signature. It's
the peach colored one. It tasted like a daiquiri. I don't know.
Kicking and Screaming.
That's
the signature cocktail. It was delicious.
Yeah, but we had a great time tailgating with them. The match was great. And again, everybody was good sports about it. We didn't really have any chippiness in that match.
No.
Watching what I watched on the stream, I mean, it was a good match, good quality match. Both teams played hard. Glad our boys pulled it out, especially on the road. I mean, that's huge to get, especially at Columbus. I mean, that was probably going to be the most fans we were going to see on the road.
Yeah,
it was.
So yeah,
but here's
not
the
even
thing,
close,
though.
really.
Yeah,
when the Inferno travels, is it really an away match? Because we make every place a home match.
Yeah, it felt like a home match, but again, that's no hate to Columbus. We just had that many people travel.
Yeah,
they had a bunch of people at that match. They had the biggest and loudest crowd that I've seen on the road.
Yeah, I hope some of them travel down here.
I hope they do.
Yeah, I know we'll have a few, but if you're listening to this from Columbus, please come down. We want you to come to the match. Have a good time. You're welcome at the tailgate.
You're fully invited. Arms are open until that first whistle blows.
Arms wide open.
And then when the final whistle blows, we cool again.
Yeah, and look, I'm not going to promise anything. Obviously, I'm going to yell at your players. That's just what we do. We're very passionate. If you haven't come visit us in the Inferno section, we like jokes. We definitely keep it respectable. But yeah, we're like a bunch of comedians that are,
not that funny.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
Well, depends on what team you are.
Some people can't take the jokes.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
We have a tally mark system of how many goalies we're going to piss off this season.
Yeah.
So far, we're at 2.
And that's just because Columbus was so friendly. I didn't go in after their guys. So,
yeah. I don't know. Do we count Montgomery twice because we pissed him off twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at 3.
It was just better the first. It was just better the second one because,
yeah,
we were winning.
Yeah, and then Fleming came up with that nickname Belle because he was dressed all in yellow and he looked like the Disney Princess Belle. And so I can't tell you how many times I heard that yelled in my ear at those matches.
Yeah, it was funny. And word got back to the goalkeeper. He found out that we had a poster made Little funny thing that we had in the parking lot.
Yeah, I had ChatGPT do a thing. Lemon got it printed out.
And at the end of the match, it was fun to see what's his name? Sir
Blake.
William Emery Blake.
William Emery Blake.
He yelled at us. He's like, "Man, I heard y'all made a poster." I'm like, yeah. I was like, so he was a good sport about it.
Yeah.
So
everything was cool afterwards. After he realized, hey, we're not trying to like get you killed or anything like that.
You know, I mean,
we're just trying to beat you. That's it.
Nobody expected it, but I did yell at him in a positive way after the match.
My heart dropped whenever you did that.
I told the other guys, I'm like, I'm about to do something y'all are not going to expect, and I started yelling at Blake.
He was like, "Hey, Blake."
And I just told him, I was like, "Man, look, it's just for 90 minutes, dude. It's nothing personal at all."
Yeah. I remember yelling, "We're very passionate." Like, it's not personal. But that was good times. Good times.
So, Belle, if you're listening, we love you.
And we wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah,
we heard that you
got
got
too
hurt.
banged up after that the other night.
Yeah, so we hope things go well for you and you recover, and hopefully we can see you again next year. And then maybe we can yell at you a little bit more. We'll up the ante somehow.
Yeah, we got to come up with something new now.
Well, the thing is, like, it hit me later that I need him because
you need him.
Batman needs his Joker.
Yeah, very true.
Very true. Superman needs his Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Blake plays into that
He does.
trash talk so well. I need that to play off of too.
Want to know how I got these pennies?
Well, we had Columbus.
Then we had a friendly against UMA.
Yeah.
They're out of LaGrange, and we beat them 2-0.
Pretty good little
and
team.
they gave us a good match.
They did.
It wasn't a we're about to kill you 5-0 type of match. It was the boys had to
They were
grind it
playing
out
hard.
Yeah. It was good to see some of the other guys in there.
Well,
some of the local boys in there.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, didn't a UMA team beat a certain?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The
team?
Montgomery Reserves. We'll just say it just like that. Montgomery Academy. It's the Montgomery Reserves. They did get beat. Hate that
Tragic.
for them.
It's
tragic.
We handled business 2-0. Got some good looking goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We had Jeremy to Campisi. That was a beautiful one.
That was one of them. Campisi just found that space and just curled it right in. I mean, whew. I have a feeling we're going to see that.
Yeah. And then we had Rodriguez to Richards to Santi.
Little merry-go-round, the goalkeeper, if you didn't see that one. They got caught goalkeeper out of kind of position a little bit.
Devontae pulled him off beautifully.
Great move. Composure, and Devontae was like right on the line and just boom, punched it right over to Santi, who just boom.
Yep.
Kicked it
Devontae right on the edge of the 6. Had that keeper pulled out of position, just slid it right past him. Santi comes up, just the easiest tap in the world, just full team effort. It was beautiful.
Absolutely.
But going back to Campisi and that game, the highlights are out there of Campisi.
That spin cycle.
Pulling his best
beautiful.
Messi.
I watched that on repeat.
Beautiful.
Dude,
Oh,
if
man.
he didn't look like little Messi already, when he started hitting all those moves on them boys, woo.
It really does look like, back whenever you used to play like Madden or FIFA or anything like that, whenever you would hit the
That
circle
little-
button, it
absolutely.
really looks like we're seeing that in
Absolutely
real
does.
life.
It really does. And we got a few players that can do that too.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome. It was good. It was very enjoyable on a Tuesday. Nice to have something on a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I came over straight after work and I changed in the parking lot, and we got going like as soon as we hit the pavement.
And we had a good crowd too.
I'm going to go ahead and shout out Sky for a minute here. Yeah, I put a lot into these matches when I'm out there yelling. It's not all yelling in the megaphone either. I do a lot raw. And between the weekend match and the weekday match, my throat did not recover. And I was struggling hard at the UMA match. So Sky goes and he gives me some throat relief tea. And I drank that before our last game, and it helped. I will say it helped. I didn't crack as easy during the match, and afterwards I've recovered a lot faster. So thank you, Sky, for my throat relief tea.
We're gonna have to buy some on like my Amazon account, just a recurring thing. Every week we get a new shipment.
We need a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Sponsored by.
And
if you're with Lipton, shit,
it tastes really good too.
Does it?
It does.
Good, because I just went and picked a random one off the shelf.
Man, y'all know who's got me wanting tea like every time now? Have y'all been seeing Rick when he goes live before the match? Shout out to Rick. Dude, hey, we need some of that tea. Get your family to bring us some of that tea.
Yeah.
Because every time you have it in the canister, I don't know why, it looks refreshing.
Share some tea with the capo.
What is it, like rosebud tea or something?
Yeah, it was like rosebud the week before, and then I forgot what it was. Something different Saturday.
He didn't know what it was this week.
Yeah.
But, you got to take care of the pipes.
You do.
Especially whenever you're getting warnings from the field refs because they're so soft.
Oh my gosh, dude!
These
refs, man. These refs. I don't even want to get into it, but we have to. It's just like these refs. Like, I mean, well, we'll get to the last week's match or this past weekend's match, but man, yeah. Whenever they're like getting on our announcer, and Rick didn't even say anything.
No, he didn't.
It's just, Rick. Hey, we're on your side, Rick.
Yeah.
We love you.
We always got your back.
Just trying to share some knowledge with the people.
And then we're down to our last match, the one that we had this past Saturday. We played Southern Soccer Academy, and we beat them 2-1. Honestly, it should have been 2-0.
Yeah,
it should have been 4-0.
I mean, there was a couple goals where, we were looking good. We didn't have Santi the match before. Mm-hmm. He was back this match, and man, he looked great. Like he was just in the space. We definitely could have. It could have been 4-0 at least.
Their keeper was standing on his head.
He was,
or it would have got out of control
for sure. And then the refs.
That too.
Gosh, I feel like when we went up 2-0, we had the first goal from who's the first goal? I don't remember.
The first goal was Josh Hallenberger to Santi.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then, I'll be honest, they gave us the second goal. But I will say, Matty, that man, he was man of the match, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All over the field, hustling. And because of his hustling, he caught them sleeping, pretty much stole the ball from their center back, and then boom, scored it right in. So that was awesome to see. But I feel like when that happened, it was like a completely different match after that. Like the ref all of a sudden was like, all right, I got to start calling some fouls.
Like, we got to make it interesting.
Yeah. And so we had no rhythm after that because the match just stopped every probably like minute and a half. Like, boom, the match was stopping.
It became the ref show.
Yeah. And then they got a penalty. And the penalty was questionable.
Very.
If our player touched their guy, it was by the hairs on their arms.
Mm-hmm.
Gave him a penalty, and man,
shout out Jay made
the most beautiful save.
Full extend to the right. Just bam, like blocked it. Team was celebrating like we were on a high.
Nothing happened after that.
And nothing happened after that. We don't count that. You know what? Whatever. It happens. Yeah, they scored on a corner literally the next play. Again, it was one of those things. Our team will not make that mistake again. Yeah. No. Like, it's not going to happen.
When the ball gets in the mixer in the 6, any little touch can send it in there, and that's what happened.
Well, and look, our team was celebrating. We were trying to get in position real quick, and they took advantage, and they took the corner really quick. It happens. But that was all they got. That was literally it. Other than that, man, whew.
They gave us a few scares. They made a few good advances, but
we had that wall back there. Oh, yeah. Speaking of wall,
Clarence,
man, we got a new player, y'all.
I have no idea how. Well, I know why Maddie got man of the match, but I think Clarence should have been in that conversation.
Oh, yes. Clarence, that man. Well, how tall is he? He's like 6'3", 6'4", something. Him and Devontae are similar heights. Dude, it was like anytime one of their players was charging at him with the ball, he just somehow magically won it back. Mm-hmm. Every single time that happened. Mm-hmm. It was only maybe like one time that didn't happen. he would win it back, boom, make the pass back out, over. Their attack was done.
You can't beat him in an aerial duel. He's just too tall.
Yep.
And he's got those long limbs, and he just sticks that foot out. Whoop, ball's gone.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I saw a few times where the ball just phased through the other player.
Yeah. It's wild. I mean, he looked good. So yeah, shout out to him holding down the line with Will. Man, they had a good game.
Yeah,
they did. We are very, very fortunate to have the boys that we have this year.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I hate to go back to a previous topic, but it didn't even hit me until I talked about SSA's keeper. But the only reason the UMA game was only 2-0 was their keeper had the absolute game of his life.
Mm-hmm. He blocked a lot. He did.
He was stopping so much, it would have easily been 8-0.
And we're talking about full extensions he was having.
Yes.
Like blocking some of those, like blocking some of the balls up top. Like, I mean, he just, he had a good game.
There were some of the players from UMA that, like, whenever they came over, we just had to tell them, like, hey, you're doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Sure. It was good. Yeah, SSA, they brought it to us a couple times. They're not a bad team.
They're not, but
we're just better. But
of course we are.
Yeah.
But so nice. Let's do it twice. What's going on this Saturday, Sky?
That's got us all caught up for the matches that we have played. But we do have matches to play because we're in the middle of our season. This Saturday, we are going to SSA, and we are playing them. And guess what, boys? We got the Inferno's first watch party.
Watch party.
So we got our first watch party this Saturday at the Thirsty Pig in downtown Dothan. Shout out to Carrie Farrell.
Shout out.
The Thirsty Pig has been absolutely great to work with. And they're going to be hosting watch parties for the rest of the season. We didn't host them at first because we were at Montgomery, we were at Columbus, Birmingham got canceled. But we got 4 matches with watch parties for the rest of the season.
I'm so excited. But Sky, is Thirsty Pig a family environment?
It absolutely is. I'm glad you asked. The Thirsty Pig is open to families. It's open to kids, your grandparents. Bring whoever.
Do they have food?
They do have food.
Oh, man.
They even have Patrick's favorite dish, the Dothan Dragon Dog.
I even like you.
I actually am excited to try that. They also have one of my other favorite things. So I used to go there quite often. Pig fries.
Pig fries.
Which is barbecue pork and white queso cheese on fries.
Oh, I'm all up on that.
Oh man, it's one of my favorite things. And you can pick a barbecue sauce, spicy or sweet.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things on the menu. Or if you get the pork nachos, that's good too. Any of their pork is good. They smoke all their butts themselves. It's delicious. I can't wait. They got a bunch of drinks. It's going to be an awesome time just hanging out with our family.
So we get to go eat some smoked butt while our boys go smoke some butt.
Exactly.
Yes.
But wait, there is a hold-up. There's one hold-up. This isn't a requirement, but what we are doing is we are going to be having a bottled water drive at the Thirsty Pig at the watch party this Saturday. In case you haven't heard, there is a local nonprofit in Dothan called The Harbor, and they help out people in less fortunate situations. And they are in desperate need of bottled water. So what we are doing is we're just collecting as much as possible, loading it up into truck beds, and we're going to take it to them. And so if you're coming to the watch party, go get like a $5 case of water. Like, they could really use it. It would do a lot to help them out, and it costs you almost nothing. So just bring some bottled water with you if you're coming to the watch party, and we look forward to cheering on Dothan United with you.
Absolutely. It's all about giving back to the community, right, boys?
It's about doing good where we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Contrary to some opinions, we're not just mean guys that yell at people.
No, we are those people, but we do try to be nice to other people.
Yes.
But
especially our own community.
I did want to mention one other thing, too, real quick, that happened at this last match that has never happened for us before. Did we have a new addition musically, Juan?
A new addition musically? Oh, yes. I believe we had a trumpet player for the first time,
and it sounded so good.
It was cool. Shout out to first of all, shout out to everyone who's been joining us. Keely, Lawson, Brody, Bobby's even stepped in, drummed a few times. Alex Snyder. But yeah, so Keely brought a trumpet. It was awesome. She's learning some of the chants. She already had Vamos down. She's gonna be learning some of the other ones. It just adds another element and just of excitement. And to hear it actually, like an instrument, it is a little different, like in a good way. Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah.
It reminded me, so I went across to the other side of the stadium during the match because I was curious. I was like, what does it sound like on the other end? Because we're facing towards the field, so we want to know what it sounds like. And whenever I went over and I recorded it, it almost reminded me of like a Matador match.
Yeah.
Like that, hearing that trumpet just sounded so right.
I was actually surprised when you sent the video clip of like, first of all, how clear you can hear all the drums and everything.
Yeah.
Like they echo.
Yeah, they
like,
do.
You can hear
the drums sound
great.
Good.
Like I'd never realized that. So that's cool. And it probably helps because of the concrete backing. But yeah, it sounded cool. I was honestly impressed. I was like, man, we sound good.
If you ever want to know what's really crazy, I'll have to get you to do this at one of the games. Go under the bleachers.
I heard it a little bit at one of the matches.
It sounds so crazy under those bleachers.
I bet.
Some people
so
tend
crazy.
to go on walkabouts sometimes during matches.
Yeah.
Who would do that? I know Lucha has.
some dude in a mask. And the way it comes down and just echoes through the concourse is phenomenal.
I'm just thinking, boys. I'm excited. I'm excited about the first watch party. Actually, do we have two back to back? No. It's one, and then we're at home.
Then we got Atletico Orlando at home.
Yep.
We got a friendly with them, and then then we have a home match against Birmingham.
Yep.
Then we play Tennessee. That's going to be a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Birmingham and Tennessee back to back.
We got to win these, boys. We got to win. I mean, the team's sitting in second place. We're in a good spot right now. Asheville got a later start to the season. We need to ask them how we can get to do that.
Yeah.
But
Goliath looms.
Yeah, they've only played 2 matches, and everyone else has pretty much played 4 matches. So yeah, we're in second. We pretty much control our own destiny. The team in front of us is Birmingham, and they're coming up. So I'm excited about that. Let's get some points.
And that Birmingham match, that's going to be our next key home match. Like we've got the friendly against Orlando. You need to be there, be loud. But we got Birmingham that Saturday on June 14th. And
time to go to church.
Go to church.
Yeah, we need everybody there. Like, I mean, we had a great crowd this past Saturday, and we need y'all to continue to bring it. I mean, we need everybody there. It's a great time. I mean, the fireworks after the game were awesome, stellar.
Miss those.
Yeah. It just good vibes, right?
With all the weather, we hadn't been able to do the fireworks yet this year, and it's nice.
I don't want to jinx us, but the weather was great. Humidity was down. It was a little breezy. It felt great. It did not feel like muggy. It was nice.
The only problems were the gnats.
Yeah. And you got no gnat for that.
That's it.
We keep that on lock.
On deck.
But we play Birmingham, then we play Tennessee on Wednesday. That's going to be another key match because Tennessee's also kind of looming in that upper part of the division.
Yep.
And then a very big match, Asheville. Play Asheville on a Saturday, June 21st, and that's going to be our second watch party.
I can tell you this. They ain't going to 10-0 us. I'll tell you that right now. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
No. In case you didn't see, Asheville beat Apotheos.
Yes.
10-0 the other night.
And they just beat East Atlanta
5-0.
5-0, yeah.
Yeah. Have they given up a goal at all this season?
No. I mean, they didn't give
that's
up a
their
goal
2
last season.
That's their 2 matches.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they're definitely a strong team. Obviously, we're also a strong team. So it's gonna be awesome. I just wish we had it at home, but the boys are gonna go up there and they're gonna give it all they got.
Yeah. And then they're gonna have to make a short turnaround and go down to Atlanta to Apotheos on June 25th, Wednesday. They play Asheville that Saturday. They get very little rest and go play Apotheos on Wednesday. And
I'm also okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, not to prejudge, but just from what I've seen,
Apotheosis.
Well, I mean, when they get a win, I'll say something different.
Yeah.
The end.
And then we turn around, and that Saturday we host Columbus for the Peanuts and Cola Derby, and that's going to be a big day for Dothan United, and for the Inferno.
For sure.
We expect to have a good visiting crowd from that. Victor, if you're listening, just bring everybody you can down. Bring all the drums, bring the flags. It'll be fine. Not to trash talk too early, but we'll still be louder than y'all anyways.
Undoubted. But that's not a dig at them at all.
It's not a dig at them.
That's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if we don't record before then, we do have a match on July 1st, Tuesday, against East Atlanta. And that's going to be an interesting match.
Yep, we got the East Atlanta stretch, as I like to call. Boys, we're in it. We're in the
middle of it.
Yeah.
We used to pray for this.
We did. Man, oh yeah. Spent a lot of time in the off season just wishing we could get to this.
Yeah. We're looking really, really good.
Oh yeah, we're scoring goals. You know?
I think the biggest crime out of anything with this team is that we only have like 2.5 months to play.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah, because can you imagine, like, I know you don't want to think about it, but could you imagine if we had like a League One season to play? And get this chemistry together?
You got like 2 or 3 extra months? Man, it's great.
Well, I don't see our season ending with the last game, so we're going to get a little extra time.
We're going to
hit them playoffs. So
I'm being a little bit cautiously optimistic just because the playoff seeding is weird, but I think we're going to make the playoffs.
Hey, all we got to do is keep scoring goals. That's it.
Keep winning.
Keep
Score
winning.
more goals.
Yeah.
Just keep winning.
Just keep winning.
Just keep winning, winning. What do? We
Oh,
win.
man. The boys in red and black.
I just want to say to everybody out there, just keep showing up, showing out. Come out to the matches. Come out to the RIP. Be loud. Yeah, if you want to come down to our section, you're more than welcome to. If you want to sit in your section and join us from there, you're obviously more than welcome to do that. If you have trouble hearing us, come down. If not, the guy in the mask takes walkabouts. He likes to come down and try to get every section involved at least once during a match. So, be loud. The boys love it when the crowd is loud. It gives them what they need, and that's all we want is for everybody just to show up and show out.
Absolutely.
Like, look, we're going to have a tough stretch down the road. The boys are going to need everything that they can get behind them. They need people being loud. They need people bringing the energy and showing that they're behind them. And, even if they come out and, and make a couple mistakes, they don't have the first half they wanted. They need people yelling at them saying, like, hey, we still believe in you. You've got this.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If they start to get down, they need that energy.
Got to pick them up.
Yeah, so we need everybody possible to join us in cheering them on because, our voices give out after a little while.
Yeah.
Some of ours do.
Some of ours.
I'm messing.
But, we need you guys to join us and be there, be loud. As always, just be there, be loud.
Absolutely.
And, Sky, you want to talk to them about what might happen before the matches that they could get involved as well?
Yeah, so part of what we do with the Inferno is, we get there, we set up for every match. We set up banners, we set up our supporter section, and then we go out and we have a tailgate. If you want to come join us at the tailgate, please do. We have a great team working on tailgate stuff, the Ferguses, and they'd be more than happy for you to come and help them out. We've had some people come and join us, and we've been very thankful for those additions, and we look forward to even more people joining us. And, then after we do tailgates, we do march in, where we let the boys know that we're there and we're loud. And then you can find us in the supporters section at every match. You can find Juan and Brody and Lawson and everybody on the drums. You can find Patrick with the megaphone. And then you can find other guys waving flags and blowing on vuvuzelas and being loud. So please do come join us. We want people to support the team.
We want you in the Inferno.
And if you walk around the stadium, you may see some flyers with QR codes on them. Please scan them and find out more about the Inferno. You can find out how you can join. You can find our chants, whatever you need. Or reach out to us on social media. We're on everything. Believe it or not, we have a TikTok. I posted for the first time in like a year the other day.
I saw
Good,
it.
because I keep doing mentions of Circle City Inferno in mine. So I'm glad that I don't have to pull all the weight now.
Yeah. Well, I just took like one video at the tailgate. It was nothing impressive. And
Great video.
I put Andy Mineo on top of it.
And say this too, as far as like joining, scanning the QR codes and all that, don't feel pressured that you have to join us and spend money or anything. Just come hang out. If you
get to know
feel
us.
like you want to join and actually become a member, feel free. But it costs nothing to come hang out with us at the tailgates, to hang out with us during the matches in our section and chant. That's free, and we please urge you, come be loud.
Yes.
Well, it's not free. It'll cost you your voice for the next day, but
Small price to pay.
small price to pay.
As long as we come home with the win, right?
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in and listening to this episode of Into the Inferno. Keep an eye out on what we got going on social media. And again, show up to the matches, be there, be loud. And as always,
Vamos, Dragones!